Danny Gilfillan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Our Kings. We're here with Queensberry's Sahni. Dev, up in Glasgow, enjoying your time north of Hadrian's Wall so far?
yeah, it's good. I got here last night, and where the hotel is, which is all around here, it's really nice, like bridges and that, so I went for a run, and it was beautiful. I've always thought that Scotland was really cold and just like foggy and maybe rainy. Last night proved me wrong. Even today's proved me wrong. Really nice weather, been wonderfully accepted by the Glaswegians, and long may this continue. I like it, mate.
Someone who was also wonderfully accepted was Ekow Essuman. Now, respectful response to him, but not going to be much respect with him and Josh Taylor come Saturday night.
No, there isn't. There most certainly isn't. Give me 1 second.
Picking this back up with Dev Sahni. Dev, I assume, we were talking about Josh Taylor, Ekow Essuman. Essuman will be here to spoil the party, and got a confident figure up there, a quiet confidence today.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got, and I've said this before, it's the quiet ones you've got to watch out for. Ekow Essuman is a very difficult man to extract things from in an interview. I don't know if you got anything with him today. Sometimes when I interview him, I feel like I'm just really shit at interviewing because he doesn't say much. So you'll try and tee it up for him, and he'll just say, "Yeah, I'm ready," kind of thing. But he's ready to go. And this as much as this is Josh Taylor's home, the welterweight division is Ekow Essuman's home, and Ekow is welcoming Josh Taylor there. But in his eyes, it's not going to be a very nice welcome. And he looks good. And everything I'm hearing is that he's had a great camp, and he looks well. Very tough, stubborn man. His last couple of fights, he's been in against younger guys on the come up, looking to add him to their resume. Yeah, great fights that he wins, great fights that he never succumbs, right? They can't outwill this guy, they can't out-tough him, and it's going to take a lot for Josh Taylor to out-tough him on Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen, mate. I don't know. Genuinely, such a good fight.
Should Josh Taylor emerge victorious, which no foregone conclusion, how much of a force do you think he can be in the welterweight division? Obviously, you've got Boots Ennis, top of the tree, Brian Norman Jr., we've got this Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao fight. Do you see Josh Taylor jumping straight in with the likes of those guys? There's also talk of a trilogy with Jack Catterall, obviously moving up the welterweight himself. Where do you see his future if he does get the victory on Saturday night?
I think, like mine, there's so many great fights for him that I can just see. You've named most of them there. I think it depends on how he wins on Saturday, really, isn't it? If he just goes in there and blasts out Ekow Essuman, suddenly you start going, all right, well, we can fight anyone. I think Boots is top right now. I don't think that can be disputed. However, I don't know how long he's going to stay at welterweight. He's a big guy. So I think once Boots goes, the division's actually wide open. Pacquiao, Barrios, they're going to do their thing, But that Brian Norman, for me, looks like a winnable fight for actually both of these guys. And I think the dream of becoming a two-weight world champion for Josh Taylor, it's very, very realistic should he come through against Ekow Essuman. I think the division's there for the taking.
We'll circle back to this card, but whilst you brought it up, I've got to ask you, what do you think of Manny Pacquiao coming back after 5-6 years out of the ring to jump straight into a world title shot with WBC champion Mario Barrios?
Yeah, look, I understand the uproar about him jumping straight back in. I don't know if I've really got too much of a problem with him jumping straight back in. Like, there's a certain... I understand why the WBC have done it. He's earned it. He's paid his dues. I don't know how many division world champions it was. It was either 5, 7 division world champion. He's done it all. So if he tells the WBC, I'm coming back, can you get me in? They're going to be like, yeah, you're a legend. Should he be coming back at, 46? Look, it depends on the fighter, doesn't it? And I saw clips from his exhibition. He didn't look like Manny Pacquiao in the exhibition. But then I saw a clip of him doing shadow boxing the other day. I was like, bloody hell, 46. So, I don't know, really. I mean, he's always going to want to fight. I didn't like it when he was being linked to the Conor Benn fight a couple of years ago. I thought, just let him be. I didn't like the idea of the young, hungry Conor Benn just knocking him out, and I didn't like that. For some reason, all of these welterweights think Barrios is just food. they all do. Like, Conor Benn was fancying it with Barrios. Pacquiao clearly fancies it. He's not going after Boots, is he? He's thinking, let me get that Barrios. So he's probably going to knock him out. And then everyone who said, he shouldn't be back, you're really old. they will be left with egg on their face. I don't know what to make of it all, but yeah, he looked sharp in the shadow boxing the other day.
Just back to matters in Scotland, the co-main event. Well, I'm not sure, what is the co-main event? Is it Lee McGregor, Nathaniel Collins, or is Moses Time co-main?
They're all co-main events. They're all such...
All main events.
They're all main events. That's all we do.
I wanted to ask you about Lee McGregor, Nathaniel Collins. Yeah. Really good all-Scottish class. I mean, I was speaking to a fellow from up here, and he was saying, you know, we've not had an all-Scottish fight like that for a long time. You know, Willie Lim and Alex Arthur was mentioned. Just what are the ramifications for the winner and loser of that fight? A fight with Liam Davis has been mentioned, obviously up at that weight now as well.
There's so much. So Liam Davis came through his fight a couple of weeks ago, which a brilliant win for him. So he's there. The winner of this becomes the WBC silver champion. The champion is Stephen Fulton. I think the winner of this would probably fancy it with Stephen Fulton. Nathaniel Collins, if you ask him, he thinks he's the best featherweight in the world. So they very much believe in themselves. I think there's clearly a reason that belt's on the line. But this division, there's so much going on. It's the same as Taylor Esman in a way, where Taylor comes through, or Esman comes through, they're the WBO global champion. You think that's a step towards Brian Norman. But then you've got Cattrall, you've got Harlem Eubank, you've got Conor Benn and all of these fights. So, I don't know. I just think that the winner of McGregor-Collins becomes the next guy. Once Josh Taylor retires, Scotland will need a new flag bearer of boxing, and it will be the winner of that fight, in my opinion.
Just away from this weekend now, Dev, I know you get asked this on a weekly basis, but Tyson Fury, the rumblings are growing louder and louder. He's been back in the gym, he looks in good shape. Gareth A. Davis seems to be certain that AJ Fury is happening in October. Anything you've heard, anything you can tell us? And if not, what does your gut say?
My notifications are switched on for Tyson Fury, as I'm sure they are with every boxing fan. Every time he posts a story or puts a post on his Instagram, I'm there. I'm watching it. What's he doing now? To be honest, I don't know. And he clearly, you know, he likes to keep boxing fans guessing, and we are all waiting now. What's going to happen? Who knows? I'd love to see him back. He looks in good shape. Looks to be training. I think he needs the training anyway for his life in general. So I don't think he was ever going to stop training. We'll see. I'd love to see it.
I saw Eamon from Seconds Out interviewed his dad, and he reflected on the Oleksandr Usyk fight. I think it was the first interviews John done since then, and he thinks he feels Tyson should have been fitter, and that could have got him over the line. Do you see that argument? Obviously, you to watch both fights, you've been around the fight weeks. Most people thought Tyson looked in decent nick, but what do you make of John's comments on that? John's obviously his dad. He cares massively for his son, and he'll have his opinion on it, and his opinion will always be very valid. He's the father of Tyson Fury, so I'm certainly not going to go against anything that he said. I thought Tyson performed really well in both the fights, and there's a shout that he won both of those fights as well. So I don't know. Last thing I want to get your thoughts on, Dev. Dave Allen getting revenge over Johnny Fisher at the weekend past. Brutal knockout. What did you make of the fight?
I really like Dave Allen. I've met him around the first Johnny Fisher fight, and I did an interview with him, and he's got a great warmth, and this self-deprecating kind of humour which is so endearing.
Not common amongst boxers.
No, it's not. You know, you get a lot of boxers with ego. You get a lot of people with ego as well, and he's great. He just removes any ego, and you kind of find yourself rooting for him. But Johnny Fisher's such a lovely guy as well. Like they're two of the nicest guys, not just in boxing, nicest guys you can meet. So I was sad for Johnny Fisher because that sort of curtailed his journey at this point, and he's going to have to regroup and come back. But I was happy for Dave Allen that he got a moment just like he did against Lucas Brown, where he knocked out Brown, and it was nice. Two nice guys. Hopefully Johnny can come back and rebuild, and hopefully Dave Allen gets a big fight. Would love to see him in against David Adelaide if he comes through against TKV. Love that.
Dev, I'll let you get on. Enjoy the rest of the week in Glasgow. See you soon.
See you soon, mate. Cheers, mate.